Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! We are about to fire up some crypto news, baby. Now, we're going to be talking, folks, about the one and only internet computer ICP live. And we're going to be talking about, guess what, folks? We are going to be talking about the Bitcoin and some Ethereum news here in just a second. There are also, folks, some very interesting things happening with the internet computer in the stock markets and stuff like that. We've got, about 17, 20 people strong in the chat. So thank you all for waiting patiently. Let me know in the comments section how my voice sounds. I'm testing out this new mic. So yeah, it is what it is. Crypto Airborne, Scott Williams, Turbo Funnel, Trumpet, Omar, thank you all for being here. We got some alpha down there in the comment section. ICP to $2,000, baby. Now, Scott Williams, greetings everyone from Alabama. Six Figs, do you mind mentioning what TA indicators you use in conjunction with the Ichimoku Cloud? Trying to learn some TA myself. Absolutely. We will cover that when the time comes here at the end of this video. There are some basic fundamentals that I stick to. Part of the reason why, folks, I went all of December without a single loss. I didn't trade the markets every day, but I traded about 20 days out of December with a 100% success rate. Absolutely. We've got some other people in here. Rock Acid, Alchingian, Escape on X. So thank you, everyone. We'll get this this freak show, baby, on the road, right? Because that's exactly what this is. And speaking of freak show, guess what? We got the one and only, baby, Jim Cramer. Oh my goodness, saying that Bitcoin is topping out. Holy shit. That means this is the bottom. So I don't care what you say. Typically you inverse whatever Jim Cramer is talking about. And the crazy old thing with Jim Cramer, folks, is he is this serial fudster of basically Bitcoin. And during the 2021 bull market, Jim Cramer paid off his house with profits from Bitcoin. Maybe you didn't know that, maybe you did. But interesting enough, you know, I'm pretty sure it's the bottom. Gary T of the North, can we poke CKB with a stick? Absolutely. We'll poke it with a stick in the TA section here. Let's see here. We've got, okay, yeah, Rock Acid, Jim Cramer, the reverse ticker. Just forfeits in the house. Let's go. We got a tweet out of one of the absolute ICP pillars in the ecosystem, Mr. Kyle Langham. Legitly one of the most underrated things going on in crypto right now, folks. ICP is increasing the canister memory size to 400 gigabytes. 400, folks. Now, I also follow Last MJs. Follow both of these guys. These two have good heads on their shoulders. They got their fingers on the pulse when it comes to everything Dfinity ICP. But the deal is, right now, we are seeing a smart contract. You can pack in 96 gigabytes of data, or tebibytes of data, into a single, basically a single smart contract on chain. So that at about 96 gigabytes or tebibytes, whatever it is, that's about the same. That equals out to be about $450 a year to store all this data on chain. So this would equal out to store 400 gigabytes on chain for a year, folks. We'd be looking at what? What is it? $1,800 to store 400 gigabytes of data on chain, somewhere in there. My math might be a little rusty. 1,600 probably. But that would cost you tens and tens of millions of dollars on Solana. It costs you hundreds and hundreds, probably billions of dollars to store that much data on Ethereum. In fact, I don't even think there is anywhere close to either amounts of this on Ethereum in gigabytes, like storage-wise. But this is huge. This is huge. Dfinity has been testing this. and they plan on implementing it. So when you think of one of the reasons why this is important, folks, think about the possibilities of maybe launching some sort of large-scale social media platform. You don't want to be having to deal with a bunch of smart contracts, basically, that are the same thing, talking to each other. You want as much stuff under one roof as possible. So this is going to be huge in my opinion. One weekly email can change your crypto life. Holy shit. Standard Chartered predicts a $200,000 Bitcoin, folks, by the end of 2025. So what does that mean for us right now? We're early if this prediction comes true. We're going to get into the possibility of Bitcoin hitting $200,000 and what that would look like. Now, I got people blowing me up here on the good old cell. All right, there we go. And looks like we've got a whole bunch of degenerates chilling in the chat. We got Max, Binky, been swapping ETH for ICP every other dip. Respect. Crypto Airborne, follow this guy. He is up and coming on the ICP scene. ICP is currently the largest top 100 mover in the last 24 hours, folks. And yes, it is. By a lot. So, I mean, this thing's up 20%. I shouldn't say it's up, terribly much terribly higher than all these other coins here. But you know what, it is what it is. So we got Bitcoin SV, Injective, Stacks, Bonk, and Internet Computer. We'll see what happens. It concerns me when you see projects like Bonk right up there with the Internet Computer, baby. Now, I think I might have just had something go down with my camera. So bear with me. I think I just resolved that. Okay. Bear with me here. Oh, boy. Okay, hold on one second here. I've got to fix my camera because this thing is wild and out right now on the live stream. Folks, this is getting real mental. Okay, we're back. So, sorry about that, but it is what it is. Okay. Just checking the time to see how we're doing here. I like the frozen face. I know, that was not flattering whatsoever. Hit me up on Twitter, folks, at Real6Fig, and this is where I drop some of the nastiest, freakiest crypto-related news, charts, things like that, folks. Everything ICP, CKB, Eagle, DSO. Those are kind of my coins that I'm looking at right now. 44 viewers hard up in the live stream. We got an interesting article from the Daily Hodl, and a closely followed trader says crypto whales are rapidly accumulating the smart contract platform Ethereum. Why wouldn't they just call that Ethereum is beyond me. But it is what it is. But it says deep-pocketed crypto traders have purchased 410,000 ETH worth $1 billion in just the last month. So yeah, I mean, it is what it is. We're seeing some very healthy accumulation here. Obviously, there's a lot of speculation on what's going on with these Bitcoin ETFs, things like that. So the assumption is that Ethereum will probably be getting some sort of ETF as well. This is going to be interesting to see what happens next for Ethereum. Bitcoin investors, folks. This I thought was very interesting. Bitcoin investors show staying power with 43% of the supply untouched for over 3 years. Now, I think that maybe some of this stuff might just be like people just forgot about the fact that they even own Bitcoin. It's stuck in some wallet they can't get to. We're seeing just a lot of people hodling, And when it comes down to it, there's a lot of exchanges that just hold a lot of Bitcoin that probably get stored in like massive cold storage security and just never really get touched. I know one of the projects out there, DSO, they've got 2,500 Bitcoin that are just kind of chilling at their disposal. Excuse me one second here. Got that iced coffee going on right now, baby. Yeah, we're gonna see some ICP analysis here in just a second, Mark. We'll get to that. And look at this. Whoa, we've got ICP just acting like a bulldozer, folks. Look at that. Just plowing through everything. We are up 19.2% on the day. My God. 226% on the year. Think about that. 144% on the month, folks. Impressive. Very impressive. We're going to refresh the CoinGecko page. Chilling at a modest $13.19. We've got a market cap of $6 billion. And we're going to kind of do a little bit of basic math here. In the previous article, Standard Chartered predicts a $200,000 Bitcoin by the end of 2025. Okay, so that is roughly 2 years out from today. Okay, it just is. So with that said, if this is a 2-year bull run, folks, and we've got the handy dandy calculator up, well, what's 200,000 divided by $46,539? That's a 4.29x from here. I want to look at the market cap, baby, because that'll tell me if it's realistic or if it's not. Okay, so they are expecting this thing to go to just under a $4 trillion market cap. You know, my thoughts on this. Can Bitcoin hit 200? $1 trillion. And I do know, folks, that when Bitcoin hits all-time highs, we're well over $1 trillion. But to add another $3 trillion into the equation doesn't make sense to me. I'm sorry, I'm just being real. Okay, hopefully I'm not on mute anymore. I realized that for a second that I might have hit the mute button. Okay, still no sound. My bad. Now I've got to figure this one out. It should come back. Let me know in the chat here. Okay. Technical difficulties. Okay. All right, I think we're back. Okay, I think we're back. All right, folks, my bad on that. I got this new mic system, and I found that the controller is actually a very nice controller to rest my hand on, and I'm going to have to make sure that I don't rest my hand on that anymore. Now, on to the crypto charts. I appreciate all of you guys. You know that? Hanging out, letting me know when shit's hitting the fan, not letting me just hang out to dry. All right, so what's going on with Bitcoin right now, folks? I know a lot of you guys, basically have been coming back to the channel. I'm seeing it in the analytics. I sincerely appreciate each and every one of you for spending time here, especially during these live streams. It means the absolute world to me. And really, when it comes down to it, I will always try to deliver to you the best analysis of the markets, whether it be from the news or the charts side of things that I possibly can. And with that said, the last time I was doing technical analysis, I had thrown up some basic GON fans, and I'm going to just get rid of these time fibs here for a second. And basically what I was kind of saying was that, I think that we're going to see ICP possibly drift into this corner, worst case scenario. But I threw up these GON fans And I remember telling everybody to watch the $47,000 level. And you can see how Bitcoin is just stacking up on this Gone fan line, folks. It's just pressing the Gone fan line's buttons. Now, if this does break down, you know, I think that we could expect to see Bitcoin maybe return to this trend line. But as of right now, we've got Bitcoin, folks, is pretty much broken out. So it would be interesting to see somewhat of a pennant form here. This is what I would love to see on a nice bull flagpole, to see things start ripping off. If we can see Bitcoin get above the 47,000 and we can see Bitcoin basically hold above that level, this thing is free range. It's like a free range kitten on a farm. This thing's going to go all the way up to $56,000. Maybe not right away, but it's got really no Gone fans stopping it. What's this $200,000 Bitcoin looking like here? And we'll bring in ICP charts next. Thank you, Binky, for the sub. If you guys are out there and are not subbed, consider subscribing. I'd appreciate it. But let's go ahead here and throw up this Fibonacci and see where this $200,000 level is. Okay, so I can kind of grind with this. The 361.8, you know, that is one of the golden ratios. It's not the 161.8, but over time, you know, $212,000 Bitcoin. I think that 103,000 is conservative this next bull run. If we reject at the 127, I think we'll see a $84,708 Bitcoin, perhaps. And of course, once we get through past that, you know, we still got the 141 to watch out for, and this 161.8. So right now, we're looking at doubling a $1 trillion market cap. You know, so right now at 100K, we're going to be sitting at about $2 trillion for this asset. It's going to be crazy. Absolutely crazy. Also, there is some quick news before we get into ICP. There was some wild stuff, folks, that went down. Let me know in the chat here if any of you guys are holding on to, with dear life, the Origin token, baby. Because I have some Origin token stashed away. We are going to be talking about something freaking cool. Now, Aaron Bremser, he is one of my good friends. And he is working on a kick-ass project called Blocks, which basically is a blockchain explorer. No matter what chain you're looking at, you can drop in any address and it'll like show you the alpha. So him and Blockchain Boy, dear friends of the channel and in person, are building that out. But he's saying the most bullish ICP catalyst ever is almost here. In today's video, he covers the upcoming ICP ETP and what it could mean for internet computer. So basically, the ICP ETP is basically an electronically traded. Basically, it's an electronically traded. I'm having a brain fart right now. Electronically traded product, and it is in many ways like an ETF, except for it is more like a commodity, like gold, things like that. Bear with me. Now I'm having all sorts of microphone issues. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my God. This is like the set from hell tonight. Holy shit. Okay. Bear with me 1 second here, folks. Look at this. Look at this. I've got all sorts of shit happening right now. I got cameras turning off. I got microphones that are possessed by ghosts. Folks, it's not good right now. Hopefully this isn't a sign that my house is haunted. But we've got basically, let's see. People are saying that DeFi Technologies subsidiary Valor Inc. announces plans to launch a physical-backed ETP for the Internet Computer Token. So here it is. This is going to be very interesting, to say the least. And from what I was able to tell, is that this is going to launch in Germany. So this is going to be huge. Hopefully, like, we'll see a little trickle-down effect of other ETPs, launching on some of the other markets around the world. So it's going to be interesting to see how all this stuff basically takes off. Now back to the charts. We got to look at ICP. ICP has been going straight up. We got 77 strong in here. Shout out to all of you for being here. You guys are killing it. You're paying attention at the right time. And I do think, folks, this isn't financial or trading advice, but I strongly feel like we are very early in this bull run. I mean, I got people that I know that haven't even blinked a word. We're not really seeing too much crazy stuff happening on on the news cycle yet. I guarantee once these ETFs start hitting and ripping, it's going to get real intense with the news. We're going to see a lot of advertising and a lot of other stuff. Oh my goodness. Like I said, my fucking YouTube set is haunted right now. I got all sorts of stuff going on. But folks, bear with me. Big shout out to all 77. How many people are in this thing? I'm refreshing the chat right now. Okay. Yeah, I got some icy ghosts in here that are just absolutely rocking me out right now. And look at this. Dude, this is crazy. I swear. Okay, I think I've got it fixed now. I think I got this thing fixed. We'll see. I just don't want to blow all your eardrums out here. I got to adjust this volume. So with that said, we've got a Fibonacci extension drawn up. And folks, one of the things that I like to basically draw my fibs with is this little price increase, or this little spike way back in 2021. I can remember, folks, somebody telling me about ICP way back in here. And, I wasn't feeling it. But when we saw ICP come down, for basically a good long while, we saw some very, very healthy support and resistance, just kind of right in this $20 to $80-ish level. And of course, the markets basically fell apart after that. And now my keyboard isn't working. Okay. I'm not making this up. Bear with me while I try to plug in my keyboard. Okay, there's a ghost in here. There we go. Now it's working again. I apologize. So yeah, basically what I like to do is take this little swing high at about $87, because I think that might have been a true resistance level. I do know that there are a lot more tokens in circulation right now than there were back in 2021. That is nothing to hide there. But with that said, we saw this thing range from 27 up to $89. So to me, that was somewhat of a natural, possibly a natural resistance level for ICP. And we'll know this if it actually was, if we see this price action come up and stall at about this $23-ish level. Now, let me just make sure I got this all set up perfect so I can give you guys some as accurate numbers as I can. So the one thing that I'm going to be looking at right now for ICP and going forward here in the following weeks is really the fact that, I'm waiting to see right now if ICP tags this $22-ish level and resists against it. And I'm going to be looking for other price action maneuvers like this right up to here. And if it passes go, I'm going to be looking for some more resistance. And then we'll kind of know if this Fibonacci extension has any legitimacy like whatsoever. But right now, things are looking really good. I've been kind of talking about this the last couple weeks regularly on the weekly chart. In my own opinion, price action, folks, it just needs to trade sideways into a flag, ascending triangle, something like that. We just need to see this price action move closer to the cloud. We want to see this thing maybe bounce off this 50 moving average. Because basically the way it's working here is that this thing just can't go up forever. Everything needs to breathe, but it's likely to move sideways a little bit, maybe form that flag, symmetrical triangle, bull pennant, something like that. We've got an absolute glorious bull flagpole on the weekly. So as far as the weekly is concerned, this is a great start to a bullish setup. So I do think that we need to wait just a little bit more. But as far as what is ICP doing on the daily, folks, this thing's kind of bouncing, and we are kind of catching up to this 50 moving average. So right now, the one thing that I'm going to be really careful of is that right now, technically, we do have somewhat of a start to a very unsuspecting possible head and shoulders pattern that could take us down a little bit. I'm hoping that right now we are seeing somewhat of an ascending triangle or something like that to take us up to this next level, especially if the Bitcoin stuff, especially if the crypto stuff is pumping. Shout out to the 82 in here at this moment in time. You are all geniuses. I can say that with confidence. But right here, kind of getting back to that whole ascending triangle theory, and we're going to throw up the Gon fans here in just a second. That will give us a really intimate look at price actions. Okay, Cryptoholic says, I'll get another 100 if it drops below 10. Binky says he's got an $11.87 average. Just forfeit $4.40 average. Okay, I think I'm right in that $4.50 to $5.50 range. I haven't ever checked that out, but I'm somewhere down in there. That's where I did most of my accumulation. And then I was kind of depressed once ICP ran down to like $3. I was like, oh my God. But now we are good to go. So this is kind of what I am hoping for. We'll know if ICP will basically bow down to this pattern here. But one thing that I'm noticing is that we are seeing these highs getting higher. We are seeing the lows get higher. So if this is some sort of imperial ceiling that price action can just not get through, guess what? We're going to see this thing probably rip back up to around this $16.25, $16.30 level, and we might see this thing come back down. And then we might see it do one of these, and then off to the races this pig goes. I'm hoping this is what happens. Again, the one thing that I'm worried about is the fact that we've got, and I'm going to tell you guys, every time you tune into this channel, I'm not going to be somebody that's just going to tell you what you want to hear. Get your hope up. If there's a bearish pattern on my favorite projects, I'm going to tell you. Because you know what? I'm going through the same thing that you are, not wanting it to happen. So with that said, once something like this could possibly shake out, we just need to be careful that, this thing's setting up for any excuse, any bad news to basically complete the pattern. One good thing, though, on the ICP charts, folks, is that this is a very shallow pattern if it develops at all. So it'd be nice to see this thing fill out, and we might even get a little bit of a Fibonacci sliver by default out of this. I'm not going to get into that tonight, but we're going to throw up the Gone fans. This will be the most intimate look at price action on ICP that you could ever ask for today across any of the social media out there today. We are going to look at it right here, right now on this channel. So one thing about the Gone fans is that they are very good at establishing angular trend lines, and markets move at angles, folks. Markets move typically at a 45-degree angle. I first noticed this, and then I discovered the work of Gone. And when it comes down to it, folks, it just is what it is. It's what I've always thought. And then once I read some of his work, it just kind of confirmed it for me. So right now, what we're going to do is we're going to go off this very nice high back in September of 2021, about $88, because we know that might be somewhat of a strong resistance point. And then we are going to hit this low that happened down here. We're going to run this up at a 45-degree angle as well. Now, that thing might kind of look a little weird. Oh, shit. Might look a little weird right now. But I need to throw up my Gone fans here. Bear with me. And then you're going to see this whole thing come to life. Let's see. Chu Jong dropped 10K on ICP at $3. That a boy. Let's fucking go, boys. Yeah, dude. Congratulations on that purchase. That is ballin'. He's sitting very well right now. And that kind of move right there is basically what sets people up for financial freedom. As long as ICP is successful, we'll have nothing to worry about. But right now, we can see that ICP, folks, you know what I think I'm going to do? I'm going to throw up those. I'm going to throw up this fib extension here. Now I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued by this little setup here. Bear with me. And I'll show you what I'm looking at in just a second. Okay, so here's the deal, folks. So right now, you can see how ICP has found this angular 1-to-1 trend line on the Gone fans. And you can see how we've got resistance. We've broken through it, caught a little bit of support. And now we have really been fighting like cats and dogs to get through this thing. I do think that, by February, let's just say ICP squiggles into here. I do think that by the beginning of February, we shall know which way ICP is moving. I'm hoping that what happens is that ICP can pop up into this $23-ish range and get up into this area here. And I'm hoping that we can see this thing maybe run up to like $35, something like that, or ride this trend line up into this area here, like the $27-ish level. Right now, let's just look at the daily. Yeah, we're seeing the RSI. It's chilling at a cool 67 points. So that's not too bad, if you ask me. There's still a lot of gas in the tank. It's not overbought. It's not oversold. But yeah, right now we just need ICP to really break this $15-ish level. One thing that I would love to see here again was that ascending triangle. And just to kind of piggyback off that theory that I had earlier on the ascending triangle, this kind of makes sense now. So if we saw these lows continue to get higher, we might see some squeeze like this that could send ICP upwards. Let's just look. I mean, right now, this is kind of at a really hingy spot. Price ran up. I'm only seeing one corrective wave. Could we get an ABC corrective wave down to this 200 moving average at around the $10.50? Sure. If we get rejected along these $13, $14 levels. Check the comments. What do I think ICP price will be by the end of the year? Oh boy. That's a cool, that's a cool 12 months out. Just a little under. That's a tough one I can't answer. I'm just being straight up. I wish I could. Okay, just forfeit. Yep. Thanks for viewing. ICP 100 ICP is a respectable position. There's only one person for each American if everyone decides. Okay. Yeah, interesting. Okay, Cryptoholics saying 35 to 45 by the end of year. Fair enough. By the end of the month, Ava Chingbang is saying, Ava Ching is saying by the end of the month, I think ICP will be 18 to 24 max. Okay, I hope it's like my top 3 crypto this run. I hope so. Why can't I guess the price? Is it because you're affiliated with Definity? I am not affiliated with Definity. I had finished, I had done a grant this year that ran from April to August was when I finished it. Outside of that, since late August, I have been unsponsored. I haven't had anything to do with Definity, but my early years with ICP, folks, I was a community grant member. I was doing all sorts of crazy stuff with Definity. It was insane. I was in all of like their employee channels, in meetings with them every day. I was like in a subcontractor role, which was very cool. And part of this was because I was able to go ahead and basically, folks, I was the one to uncover that FTX was up to all their shady stuff. So that was very crazy. I have documented all of this stuff here. You guys can check it out if you want. But yeah, ICP folks, we're just kind of grinding. We did see some people there with the Origin token. Full disclaimer, I am holding about 15,000 Origin tokens. Basically, my last analysis on this was that we have this very nice bull flagpole and that we have this consolidation. I thought maybe we would get more of like a pennant out of this, but it does appear that we are kind of getting more like a flag. So that to me is still bullish, and I think we'll see Origin take a nice ride here. I'm hoping that we can see this thing rip up to around the 4.5 cent level. So that's Origin, folks. And if this thing breaks down, oh boy, this thing's heading back down to a penny. Let's look at some of the other stuff here. Bear with me 1 second here, folks. I think I'm gonna do something here, and I want you guys to promise me to help me. I need your help. I desperately need your help. Very much so. Bear with me 1 second here, folks. Okay. We've got something very important here. And I'm going to drop this into the chat here, folks. Bear with me 1 second. Bear with me. We got 80 strong in here. Oh, boy. I got all sorts of stuff. I think what we're going to do is we're going to call this for the night. And in the chat there, you can see I dropped a link. I want all of you to head over to Bitcoin Renegades channel and show him some love. He's got like 25 people strong right now, but he is absolutely killing it. He is absolutely killing it. Let's see. Maybe what I'll do right now There we go. There we go. We got 28 people strong. Let's see here. What up, man? And then, let's see here. Let's give him a super chat. Let's give him $20. Here we go. The money channel, baby. Now, what's funny is his reaction, folks, to, and I'm just going to do this so none of my personal like credit card information shows up. Okay. And you'll see it here. All right. Done. Done. Okay, now watch this guy's reaction here.
And Discord. But for Solana, you're going to either need this Phantom Solana, or depending on your device, or Soulflare in the store as well, Chrome Store, Apple Store, Google Play, all that kind of stuff. If it's not there, I don't like to download wallets from websites. I don't do that. It's not on the Google Play, Apple Store, or Chrome Store. I don't do it. But this was on the Chromebook store, so I was able to do that. Now what you want to do, I believe if we just go into my profile again, then we go to groups. My group, this is just the fastest way I found. You can kind of, you don't even have to do that. You just go to your profile. It says, hey, it's your lucky day. You discovered a loot box. So this is what you're looking for.
Watch this guy's reaction, dude. That's why I call it the money.
So we're gonna open this now and look at that. Oh man, that's kind of cool. It's like a cat. It's like a cat human. That's so cool, man.
Bitcoin Renegades,
it looks like his tongue is pierced or something. Is that a tongue piercing? Weird. That's kind of cool though. And this just went, and I can claim it. So you want to claim this? Now I just got a free NFT. So come over here, get your NFTs. It's free. I mean, there's no reason that you wouldn't do it. Why not come get a free NFT? All you have to do is get a wallet. Discover OG 2023. So this is cool. Let's claim that. Claimed. Sweet. So I got that. Yeah, pretty cool. Now you can also do other stuff over here. You can tip. Like say we go in here and I find a cool post that I like. Say, let's see here.
Yeah, just checking out the chat here as well. Six Figs, when you take profit on any ICP coins, including ICP, what do I swap it for? Usually I swap it for cash, USDT, but I will be swapping it for CKUSDC or CKUSDC or like DAI or something like that. When that happens, it's going to be a game changer. 100%. Here we go. Somebody got to get this guy to check his chat.
So you can do all sorts of stuff. You can tip SNS tokens. You can tip Ghost tokens. They need to add more. I think it'd be really cool. And maybe Solana, they'll have like some Solana tokens for tipping soon. I'm not 100% sure how that works, but I'd like to see it. It'd be kind of cool. All right. So this is huge news, though, because Dominic Williams is our fearless leader. He is the person who came up with all of this, who the Internet Computer was his brainchild. Of course, he had, a huge team supporting his idea, but this is his brainchild. He just has the best vision. Everything that I like about blockchain, and, I'm a little bit different because a lot of people are like, one blockchain to rule them.
So I think I'm going to wrap this thing up, folks, but you guys have to go over to his channel and basically show him some love. Bear with me 1 second. I'm going to drop this in the live chat right now one more time. I don't want to be taking views from Bitcoin Renegade either. So in this chat, I'm leaving this stream right now, and I'm heading over to Bitcoin Renegade stream because I've been streaming now for I don't know how long, maybe an hour, but it is what it is. Thank you all for tuning in. We'll see you over in Bitcoin Renegades stream in just a second. I'll be up in there, so hit me up. Let's show them some love. Peace out.